Okay, here I am. I'm gonna move this back a little bit better. YouTube is different in terms of how it makes the camera focus. It's really close. It's almost like I have to like pull my table back a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Here I am. Woo woo. Okay, hi. Thank you so much for that reminder, Amber. I always forget, and I feel like I'm always gonna forget, but whatever. At least people will know if they go to Instagram that they can see my live, my daily on. They can get the reminder. I feel good about that. I'll give them a reminder. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going to the word up. Daily tarot. What's the message? I love the mystery of these messages. I don't necessarily know what's going to come out. Sometimes I have feelings or things that I talk about. Sometimes I don't even realize that I'm going to be I'm talking about things that end up coming out in the cards. Ooh, my favorite card is on the bottom of the deck. Hi, it's Who Comes Baby. And you know why it's my favorite card, right? Because it's not that shallow, stupid, oh, I need to be all over you kind of love. It's that earned love. It's that matured love. It's that you're my best friend and holy crap, you're great in a sack. You know what I'm like? That's the kind of love the Two of Cups is. And I love that love. I love a best friend that you can have great sex with. Love it. Okay, they're coming out today. And in order too, very orderly, interesting. Let's see, kind of want to, look at that, but it just came out at the bottom of the deck, because you know he's got to be here, always, just waiting and watching. There you go. So, not today. Peace out. I'm kind of surprising myself. Hold on, I want to see. I want to do the shuffle unless something flips. I want to do the shuffle first. Try to see if I can. Oh. Ooh la 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 la. I remember I watched this. Oh, thank you so much, Amber. You rock. Thank you, Amber. I remember I saw this Gerard Depardieu movie. Oh no, it was a movie he was in called Green Card with Andy McDowell. Well, like an American film he was in. And I remember at one point he got really frustrated. His character got frustrated in the movie, and he goes, "Oh, la 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 la." And dude, it never got out of my head. Never. It was so cool. Anyway, I'm like, wow, is that how French people get pissed? I'm such an ass. Anyway, daily energy, please. Energy for today. A very beautiful day. A little bit chilly here on the East Coast in Connecticut. But still a very beautiful day. The sun is bright. Kids just had a great time at the park. I went and spent way too much money on groceries. Ooh. Good old Stu Leonard's. Always more expensive. But I have to say, great customer service, and it's a nicer shopping experience. So kind of sort of if that's what you're paying for. Did you see? This card was all like acrobatic. That's where we end up. Loving it. Hashtag, I'm loving it. I've got a personal to do today. So that's what I will do after I get offline with you guys. It's my personal reading. Once again, thank you so much for all the personal readings that have been coming in. I appreciate it. Let's start. First card is the Hanged Man. This is being in a very vulnerable position. You're open. You're in an open position. Now, yes, it does make you vulnerable. To be open is to be exposed. It is to be vulnerable. However, it is to also get a unique opportunity to learn from the experience of being open. When you're open, you receive so much more information. When you're vulnerable, you understand things in a way that leads to compassion. Being more compassionate and understanding what it feels like to be vulnerable, what it feels like to not have control over what happens to you. And the Hanged Man is implied that you decided to go into this situation, this state, to help yourself be better, be a better person. And it's true that vulnerability and passion, especially, helps you to be a better human. Absolutely. It is one of those growth processes. And if you can see yourself through your own vulnerability, then there is a sense of great enlightenment that comes from that. Just imagine if you were strung upside down by a tree. He has pretty good abs, so you can only imagine he's doing crunches, right? But there is a sense of very little ways that he can defend himself except to use his brain and to use his ability to communicate to sort of fend off any bears who would want to, like, you know, chew on him like he's a shish kebab or a popsicle hanging from a tree. Like, imagine a predator comes up to you when you're hung up and strung up from a tree. Like, what do? What defenses do you have? You can't punch, you can't kick, you're all tied up. You can't run, you can't go anywhere, but you have your mind. And in other words, this is a sense, when you are the most vulnerable, it's a chance for you to become the most creative. It's a chance, a real necessity for your clever to come out. Because clever is the only way you're going to survive this circumstance. So it really is enlightening you and dawning and making you into something far more capable, far more able to improvise, far more malleable. And what this card talks about is really the strength and the genius in malleability, in creativity, in when things are, when you feel the most vulnerable, what can you invent? What can you create? What can you come up with that will help you through this circumstance or through this situation? Really, human beings' greatest defense is our mind. So it's only impossible until it isn't. There's always a way out of a circumstance. There's always a solution. You just have to find it. And here it's like, don't use any of your normal defenses. Come up with something different. The Sun card. So this is, the world is changing, seeing things from a different perspective, different point of view, awakening, being more creative, awakening the creative aspects of yourself. And this is belief in oneself. Triumph through confidence and conviction. That's the Leo energy. That's the Sun card. The happiest card in the deck is the Sun card. It's sun shining, a joyous day. I call it my California card because she reminds me of a hippie running through like sunflowers in Sedona. Right? She's just like, this is a happy, happy day. Everything is going right. She feels good. You know, Leo energy rules the heart chakra. It's a sense of oneself that can't be dampened by anything that's around you. It's almost like you're so filled with light inside yourself at this point. You are the sun. You bring the shine, so you don't ever have to worry about it going away. Oh, I love when this happens. This is my favorite combination. The moon. So the sun and the moon have come out together. And what is that? Divine counterparts, right? This is what you know, and this is what you intuitively understand. This is confidence and conviction fueled by an intuitive knowing. This is the yang, and this is the yin and yang next to each other, doing their eternal dance in the sky, a great and beautiful balance of always light. There's always light. There's full moon here, right? This is Piscean energy. The full moon makes sure that even in the darkest times, there's a little bit of light still left. And why? It's a reflection of, or a remembrance of, the strong feelings, the ties to oneself. The sun never sets, really, if the sun is inside of you. This is also intuitively knowing and understanding, like knowing that something is about to happen, knowing that something is coming. A great amount of success is coming after all of this, like hang-ups, after waiting, after being held up or compromised in some way. Oh, damn. I guess maybe I didn't shuffle that one. No, I shuffle the cards the same way every time. And now we have the star card come out. And this is the sun, the moon, and the stars. This is awakening. I'm telling you right now, this is awakening to the cosmos, the divine, and to cosmic truths. That's what it is. This is Aquarius energy. There's Aquarius energy is very strong with us right now. This is the wishes and dreams come true. It's almost like intuitively you know you're headed towards success. And you go from like the sun to the moon and then the stars. It's like you're getting broader, you're expanding. You know, you go from the sun, which makes us feel the most secure, right? It makes us feel the warmest. We feel the safest when the sun is out and it's warm, like there's a comfort in the sun. And then the moon is that soft dreaminess of where are our dreams going to take us. And the stars are what we reach for. The stars are what we don't understand, but it's like once you have these guys on your side, you know you can reach them. So there's a sense of reaching for the stars here and dreams coming true. And then the Tower comes. This is, I don't get it. It's like everything fell out in order. Let's follow this because this is interesting. A major change, a sudden change, a disruption, like it could be catastrophic, yes, but it's definitely sudden and it's divinely guided. Central energy, I did definitely shuffled, is the Knight of Pentacles. Slow, steady, consistent. Now, I just posted a quote on my Instagram feed that it says consistency. I always say that gratitude is the, what is it? Gratitude is the current on which abundance flows, right? Now, I also said this morning that consistency creates the current that allows abundance to come to you. So this is consistency. You can think of this guy as consistent. He is consistent. He is always there. You know that even though he moves slowly, he is going to bring to you the precious packages he's delivering. There's no way that he's not going to get there. So this is, in some ways, what I said, this is tenacity. This is our central energy. Being tenacious, being solid, being sound, being certain of yourself. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, so new opportunities being offered to you. In other words, it may have taken a while to get there, but this change that's happened almost cosmically is what is basically, the floodgates are opening and the offers are coming in. Chariot. Now I said, I keep getting the message. It's sometime in July, late June, July, August, around Cancerian season that we start to push forward and more progress is made, that you're able to move through, move on, and go. This could be actual movement as well, like moving, taking your ass somewhere else. Ooh. La, 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 la. The Lovers. Here we go. Hello. This is, it's almost like you're moving toward, we're definitely moving toward Gemini, right? We're moving toward the North Node in Gemini, which is communion with each other, connection with somebody, a deep connection with somebody, connection, being able to be with somebody who understands you intuitively. This is that irresistible, fated, divine counterpart love. Seems like we're headed right into it. Oh, shit! Hold up. Now this is the red herring. I don't get this card, but the Three of Swords comes right after. It's like we're running into heartbreak. But what I feel right now is it's almost like we're running into being willing to get our heart broken in order to get everything we've ever wanted. Because this is the divine saying, guess what? Here it is. Here's the Holy Grail. Here's the wholeness. Here's seeing what really matters. Here's arriving at that place where you never go hungry. You always have clean, healthy water. You're happy. You're safe. This is emotional abundance, beauty. Beauty. Your world is beautiful. Now, what does the Three of Swords have to do with that? That is a really good question, Michelle. I'm so glad you asked. I'm gonna have to clarify. That's really interesting. Sacrifice. Because the Three of Cups does represent an end. And there could be a love that's coming to an end in order to open up new opportunities. In which case, this love would not end. What is this Three of Swords, please? This love would not end badly. It would not end with a grudge. It would end and it would break both of their hearts, but it would not. There would not be anger. I need to be able to articulate, and right now I can't, so please help me articulate. What is this Three of Swords? This is the most interesting configuration. Everything. You have the Tower, and you have this Three of Swords. Oh, and then we have our own stability and happiness, abundance and wealth. I almost feel like you're leaving somebody, or we're leaving somebody behind. It's an ending. It's almost like it's a bittersweet ending, in that it's not going to break you. It's not going to end you, but there is an end. Like an end has to come in order for the first time in my life, I'm looking at this card and I see strength. It's like I'm looking at this card and I see everything that you've overcome in order to get what you finally are receiving. And it's almost like in this position, this card is a reflection. It is the source of humility that comes in the face of great and genuine success. And this is what makes you genuinely grateful. Like, this is the assurance of gratitude, because it is the humbling understanding or remembrance of all the suffering that you went through that makes this a triumph. Because if you had just gotten this, you would have thought, oh, isn't that normal? Like, doesn't everybody get a Lamborghini when they're 16? No. So it's almost like the presence of this comes back, not as something that happens to you, but something that is now a part of you, that will always enable you to be living in complete and total luxury, because you know the opposite. You know the pain of not having, and not even not having like material wealth, but you've been through the bad relationships. This is a sense of the abundance is coming when you are at your most humble, when you know how to handle the abundance and will always look at it as the blessing that it is. So the abundance that's coming to you, you will not take for granted, ever, ever. There will never be a time when you have to worry about falling into the pitfall of this is my new norm, because you will always have that remembrance that what you had to give up, how you had to suffer, what you lost in order to get there. This is a sacrifice. That came out. The Knight of Swords. It's almost a decision that you made. It's interesting. It's almost a decision that you've made. It's a knowing, it's an understanding. But it gives you a great deal of conviction. And it almost, I will say this, it almost keeps you going. It keeps you hungry. It keeps you inspired. I love that it's here. You just say, this is the secret ingredient that I don't think people understand. This essential ingredient that makes somebody really, really special is how the suffering rearranges their molecules to make them that way. And you're going to get through it. It's made you into steel. It hasn't made you heartless, but it's made you strong. That card is just, wow, what is this tower? See, I feel like this tower is cosmic. I feel like because all the first cards are major arcana, it's like the tower is 100% cosmic. The tower is, I feel right now, at least right now, everything that's going on right now, this huge shutdown, breakdown of everything, and it's global. It's like nobody on the globe can ignore this shit. Everybody's getting hit by it. So it's like this global shutdown, this rearrangement, this collapse, this fall, something is coming down. But in that process, and I said this on a reading yesterday, a personal reading yesterday, and I've said this to you guys before, because all those sort of bureaucracies and systems have kind of shut down and closed down or fallen down, there's a sense of something that's been suppressed, something that has been too quiet or small to have been seen in all the chaos. Now it's still there. It hasn't been affected by the tower because it's consistent and certain. And doesn't never allowed itself to be a part of the craziness to begin with. And so now it gets its day. So that's all been set up already. Cosmically, that is 100% already been set up. And it's this loss, could be this loss, this death, this loss that actually ushers in so much abundance. Triumph. Victory, triumph on the battlefield, like triumph as in you fought for this bitch, like this is one, like hard-earned triumph. In the 3D, it's like Spirit has come in and said, you know you're tapped, you know you're chosen, we've selected you, we want you. Like, you're the chosen one. And I'll tell you why, because for me, this is my sword in the stone card, right? And you think to yourself, the same thing happened, is the same pattern is repeated in the Jesus story as well, if you think about it. King Arthur was raised as a pauper or a farm boy. He was raised very humble, and he was raised in a place where he wasn't special. He was worked hard. He had to learn how to work with his hands. He had to learn how to, in other words, what he was forced to be before he was able to become all that he was was part of what he needed to learn to deserve and be prepared to be who he became. And that's why the sword and the stone is here. It's like, yes, you have been tapped. Yes, you were always fated. This was always going to be your fate. It was coming to you the whole fucking time. It was planned. But you needed to be tempered. You needed to be changed in the fires. You know how we temper blades? We mold the metal together. You needed to be changed. It had to happen. This is something that you needed. Sorry, my eyes are all kind of crazy right now. You needed the temperance. You needed to be changed by these difficult experiences. This is an amazing reading of the reminder that a really beautiful time is upon us. Really gorgeous and beautiful. If you will, Camelot. But Camelot doesn't come from sort of just the divine handing it to you. It needs to be a mix. There has to be the divine mixed with the human, right? It has to be, they have to be tempered. They have to come together. That's the only way they can come together is through the flame. I would not be surprised if on a global scale, a really amazing world leader does not come through. I would also be amazed. This is closer to home. This is a personal victory. This is a personal triumph. And in that personal triumph, I don't think you're going to realize how important it is. Because it's going to seem like a small thing to you, but it's actually a much bigger thing, serving a much larger purpose. Wow. Nope, did not expect that one. The unknown. Do not fear the unknown. It is a time of deep exploration and transformation. Unfamiliar territory leads to new horizons. Ouch. The wisest words, I don't know. I got a lot of that in my readings from like the beginning of this year. I got a lot of that. There was a lot of that in my readings. I don't know. Of just giving over to, I don't get this, and I don't understand this, and I don't know how to handle this. You take the wheel, show me. I'm here. I got the gas pedal, but you take the wheel. The Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light. I love these. I love these cards. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, and be held. Be held. Allow yourself to fall back, be taken care of. This is the time. This is a necessary part. What's happening right now to rest, to keep ourselves rested. My friend said, my Piscean friend said that to me. She was like, I just have a feeling like this is what's supposed to happen. This is a time for great reflection and rest and healing. And she's right. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You're already doing it. Tenacity. Keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. I don't think that, generally speaking, outwardly, anything you have to do anything differently. But just continue to be faithful and stay on your path. This is a sense of that path finally opening for you, getting you somewhere, quote unquote. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm definitely taking the Moonology cards out tonight because I'm doing a moon reading. But let's see what one has to say. It's like one was calling my name. Michelle, there's a message in here. Okay. Okay. So the first card that popped out that made me smile was conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse, and then we have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. You have the new moon and you have the full moon. Once again, both divine counterparts, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, just like the sun and the moon, one that is dark, one that is light, one that is reflective, one that is blocked. You have, like I said, the cup and the ball, right? You know, what fills it and what holds it. I can't believe these cards came out together. In other words, major changes, the major changes are happening and it's about to end. The major changes are about to end. They will continue to be revealed to us, but it's almost like, wow, thank you, Jackie. Thank you. It's almost like expect powerful changes and conclusions are within reach. All the changes that are happening to us are forcing us to be alchemically changed, and then it's about to end. So these changes are about to end. All these cosmic changes are about to, now, what does it mean when it ends? It means when it's, in other words, when it's finally ending, it's not an end. It's that everything is now in the place that it needs to be realigned. And that's when it starts to present itself. So it's going to seem like the changes are just coming out, when in reality, they're just being demonstrated. They've already happened. So everything, the realignment is almost complete. The change itself is about to be demonstrated. It's about to be revealed. It's about to be shown. Eclipse is huge. It's like a complete readjustment. That's what it is. Complete readjustment is what eclipses are. You got 2 eclipse cards here. Tell me about it. Then it says be bold and make the first move. So you're the one that has, this is cardinal moon, which is Cancerian energy. You have got to make the decision. You've got to put something in motion. This is the time, during this energy, is the time to grasp, and like harness this energy and use it and do something with it. Balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. all about balance. This realignment is all about balancing the spiritual with the physical, with realigning your heart and your soul, your body and your mind. That's our emotional journey, is to recalibrate. Be bold and make the first move. This is such a beautiful card, too. Okay. I like that. I didn't realize until I actually watched these videos later that that you can actually hear it. So I apologize. I really do. I don't completely have the answers. I don't think that I need to. I think the answer is a feeling. It's a mentality. It's a truth coming out, a realignment, a balance. It's almost like I was having this conversation in my head this morning, and I was thinking of those little desk tchotchkes that have like a platform with like water in like that rectangle, and it goes from, it's like a wave, right? It goes all the way over here, and then it tips and goes all the way over there, and it goes all the way. And we were in a circumstance of, no, not expect the best and prepare for the worst. No. Because I don't think this is about preparing. No, I don't think this is about preparing for the worst at all. I think this is just plain and simple, permanent change. Permanent change. And honestly, this is not the worst. This is the realignment. And it feels like the worst because it is so different. But the reason it is so different is because we lost sight of it for so long. In other words, all of this wouldn't feel so weird if we weren't so out of balance already. Right? The reason why all of that's what's happening now feels so horrible is because shit, we didn't even spend time with our families on the weekends. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like we've fallen so far away from what we're being forced to live in right now. And if we hadn't gotten so unbalanced, this wouldn't feel so weird right now. It wouldn't feel so odd. It wouldn't feel so out of sorts. But it is, because we need realignment. Like, that's what it is. It's like when you get your back realigned or you get part of your body realigned. Like, it hurts. It hurts because it was so far off. Like, the more out of place it was, the more it hurts. And the more the more traumatic the realignment is. This is just realignment. So this is not actually the worst happening to us. The worst has already happened. Because the worst is, think of the devil card. That's the worst. The worst is the behavior that throws everything out of balance. That's the worst. The worst is what brings about the catastrophe, not the catastrophe itself. The catastrophe itself is just the natural reaction, nature's reaction to the imbalance, the extreme imbalance. That's all it is. So the worst, when the catastrophe happens, remember I said it's like the alignment has happened. Now we're going to start to feel the effects. So in other words, the worst has already happened. The catastrophe is just the outcome of the worst. Because the worst, remember, we're the ones that guide and conduct the flow. So we've already been the worst. We've already become the worst. We've already allowed the worst. And now when the best comes in to counter it, that's when the catastrophe happens. Because that's just actually realignment. That's what's going on. So we have to more balance out this sense of our own spirituality and practicality of, let's not lose our souls for the material world, but let's also not forget about the material world because we're here for a reason. There is a correct ebb and flow. We have lost the sense of it. But this is it. This seems almost anticlimactic, right? After everything. But this is the truth, is that balance is actually the ultimate state of peace and happiness. That's what balance is. I knew these cards had to talk to me. It's like, why do you have to constantly be on? What are you running from? What are you trying to distract yourself from? We're being forced to stay inside so that we have to confront all of those things that we don't want to look at. That's what we're being forced to do. Maybe we're being forced to take a dance challenge, because how long has it been since my ass was in a dance class? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're being forced. Why not? Don't say you don't have time because you don't have anything but time. Because that's always everybody's biggest excuse. I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm too busy. You ain't busy with what? We ain't fucking working. Like 22 million of us are out of jobs. We're not working. Like, what are you talking about? You don't have time. You have time. You have nothing but time. And you're being forced into that uncomfortable situation of having to confront all those things that, for some reason, and usually because of fear, we decided to ignore. And now we can't ignore it. And it's the best thing that could ever happen to us. Well played, universe. Well played. You get to have your way. Well played. What you think is what you create. Okay. Well, thank you. At least we know they have a sense of humor. Don't listen to others, as the messages you are receiving are correct. Ooh. Somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needed to hear that. Don't listen to others, because the messages you are receiving are correct. That's right. Only listen to Born Without Boundaries. No, I'm just kidding. No. You listen to your truth. That's what you listen to. You don't listen to me. Remember that scene from, what was it? That famous scene between Will Smith and I think it was his son that was playing his son. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't achieve your dreams. Not even me. Not even me. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do what you want to do. Not even me. Don't even let me stand in your way. So that's that thing of, you have to listen to your truth inside of you. You can't listen to, basically we listen to each other for communion, for connection, for enlightenment, for learning, but you don't, but mostly just to learn, use it as fuel. You don't, like, listen to that voice inside you. Don't listen to others. The messages you are receiving are correct. Somebody needs to hear that. And then what you think is what you create. Somebody needs to hear that too. That's it. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to read our little book. So today is Friday the 17th. Is that correct? Is that correct? Is this the 17th already? Whoa! Where's my pen? I can't believe it's the 17th. What happened to April? Oh, that's right, quarantine. Whoa! There's my pen. Wow! Wow! So, the moon is in its fourth quarter in Aquarius. Void of course, which is when the moon is shifting between two different zodiac energies. Started at 10:34 this morning, Eastern Standard Time. So do your, whatever, for whatever time zone you're in, make the appropriate adjustments. And then the moon entered Pisces at 2:29 p.m. That will be today. That will be this afternoon. It should be like in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. The color of the day is coral. What? This is page 66. 66 is a beautiful divine energy because it adds up to basically 12, which is 3. So it adds up to balance, holiness, beauty. Okay? Today is Orthodox Good Friday. So for those of you who have Orthodox friends, leave them alone today, but wish them Happy Easter on Sunday. Moon enters Pisces. Okay. We can get a little lost in our dreams when the moon enters Pisces. But I swear to God, I think that's exactly what we need to be doing now, is to sort of get lost in our dreams. It's where we are able to recalibrate ourselves. Like, take this next 2.5, 3 days with the moon in Pisces to help yourself recalibrate. Allow yourself to rest and be still. Quote unquote lazy, but it's what's needed. The sun will enter Taurus on Sunday the 19th. And then the moon enters Aries on Monday. And by Wednesday, the moon will be in Taurus. Oh, that moon moves quickly. Oh, that moon moves so quickly. I'll have all the information you need about what a new moon in Taurus is. This is a beautiful new moon. Because the moon is exalted in Taurus, and the newness of the moon, the dark moon is a sense of like just really emotionally believing and being strong enough to believe, to be open, to be vulnerable to the newness that has to happen. That's what it is. That's like new moon in Taurus energy, is like the vulnerability is the strength. The openness, you have to be open to receive. So when that moon is in Taurus, it's like anything is possible. Anything is possible. And with that emotional belief comes that sort of rational capability. It's interesting. The new moon is happening on Earth Day. The new moon is happening on Wednesday, and it's Earth Day. You can't, stop. Let's go over this. The new moon is exalted in Taurus. The color of the day is white, which is openness, freshness, newness, purity. And it's Earth Day. So it's almost like this huge empowered cleansing and celebration of organic beauty is happening on Wednesday, on the new moon. Wow. I'll read that to you guys tomorrow. Or Monday. Because the next daily that we have will be on Monday. Like I said, I will see you guys tonight, absolutely. But the next daily that we have won't be till Monday. And of course, Romantic Tarot airs on Sunday. Always. Let me see what is happening. I can't actually see because it's too far away. Can't even reach it. Practice compassion. I said that too. that the most beautiful reset that we're going through is compassion, is all of us being able to be forced to be more compassionate, because we really got lost with our heads up our asses, thinking that our experience of the world was the truth. And now there's this hardcore global, or at least national, massive lesson being taught of this is how the unfortunate feel every day. So what I think we're getting is like a national lesson in compassion. Why you need to be compassionate, why you need to take other people's needs seriously, and why just because you're not going through it doesn't mean it's not real and doesn't mean it's not important. We have lost that connection with compassion. And this pandemic, at the very least, is making us more compassionate. We would hope. Now, there are some stories of lack of compassion. But what I love is anytime most people hear those stories, they're like, no, not on my watch type of energy. It gets people really mad to see greed or disconnect or inhumanity happen. Nobody got it before. Nobody understood how it felt to be vulnerable. But teaching more people, not going to be everybody, some people never learn, but in teaching more people how to be vulnerable, we are making people more compassionate. And it's in making this world a more compassionate place that's going to make it a better place. That's for real. That's for real. All right, guys, I will definitely see you later. I have to go and do a personal reading. Also try to exercise a little bit. Do yourself a dance challenge. Really, you will be very happy that you did. Thank you so much, Amber and Jackie, for your contributions. Really grateful for them. Thank you as always. You guys help out a lot all the time anyway. So I appreciate you. And I'll see everybody tonight. I'll see everybody tonight for their new moon predictions, and I will preview the adjunct, the add-on to the love spell that I'm creating, which has to be done on the new moon. So it's good that we discuss it now, because you have to. It's almost, you have to gather specific ingredients and make your very own special potpourri, and basically leave the potpourri underneath, like out in the moonlight, and allow it to absorb and benefit from that beautiful new moon energy. And what a better new moon to be able to really just take in so much love and beauty than Taurus for the Scorpio full moon, which will then do our love spell on. We can do our love spell on again. And that's a lot of passion and deep, like, psychic connection. So it's a real good setup. So we'll go through that tonight too. I'll see you guys there. I've been waiting to catch your live. Oh, thank you, Erica. You rock. Sorry, like, I cannot see these freaking comments. That's what's really bothering me right now. Like, I cannot see anything that's happening. I can't even reach, like, I can't even reach it. Anyway, I've got to go, and I will see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your friends. Love you guys.